Hi everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders, and we're going to play with the Glimmer set for February, and also the embossing folder for January. Did I say February before? Oh my goodness, everything's for January. So the Glimmer set is called Flower Delivery, and the embossing folder is called Stylized Trellis. Now, remember, there is also yet another new kit that Spellbinders has created when it comes to the folders. It is a 3D embossing folder. And little hint, stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to start. I've got my Glimmer system heating up there on the right-hand side. I'm using my Spellbinders tape to create my hinges. This is the tape that I use to create hinges. I've used others, but they do not act the way this tape does. It doesn't gum up. It just doesn't do a lot of things that the others do. So whenever I'm foiling, I am using my Spellbinders tape and creating those hinges. The foil that I'm using today is a satin rose gold. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm using that to glimmer or foil, glimmer foil, all of the pieces. And you saw in the picture earlier, so it's going to be an A2 size card, and it's going to be a landscape rather than a portrait, so it'll be side folding. And it looks like the car is pulling the flowers in the air. So we're going to create that effect. Whenever I do use an embossing folder, especially a 3D embossing folder. Now this is not. I do like to use my 2-inch film tape by Uline, or any tape, double-sided tape by Uline, because it does come in different sizes. It's very strong. If I'm not using that, I'm going to use my my liquid glue. Sorry for that dramatic pause, but I had to sneeze. Okay. I have my images foiled, and they also come with coordinating dies. So I'm going to use those and run those through my Platinum 6 die cutting machine. Once they're done, we will start putting together our card. Now, whenever I foil, there is one sandwich that I use. I do use their shim and their plate, and what I have in between it is a piece of cardstock, just one piece. I'll change that every once in a while because it will flatten out as it continues to roll through your die cutting machine. I haven't had to change it recently, so that's been in there for a while, and I get perfect results. The paper that I use to foil on will be any of my cardstock. In this case, I used, I believe it was the Gina K Ivory that I used this time when I foiled. I'm going to be using my double-sided foam squares and little pieces of that double-sided tape, and we're going to get these set. Now, I put a piece of tape on the card down to the right so that it will hold this piece of twine. If you've all seen, other videos, I struggle with twine, and I want this loop to come out of the back of the car as well. So just to give it a little bit of interest there, I'm going to place the car slightly off of the card base. I want it, again, that'll give it that movement, make it look like, okay, it's moving, even though it's not. I get it. It's just, like that illusion. I forgot to put my little tiny tag on there, so I'm just going to cut a small slit that will go away, won't even notice it, onto that tag so I can put it on that loop. And then I will put a small piece of double-sided foam squares underneath that so that it will stay in place. And that is our card. Simple, but yet elegant because of the foiling and the texture that's in the background. As always, the products that I used will be listed down below in the video description, and if you have any questions, please make sure you leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you do subscribe, be part of our group here. And if you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And I hope to see you in the next video, but always remember what is still most important to me. Always be creative, guys, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Till then.